Hello friends, in this video I will show you two different bees. One is honeybee and one is a hairy-footed bee. Honeybee is Apis mellifera in Latin and hairy-footed bee is Anthophora plumipes, probably identification. Sorry for that, honeybee and hairy-footed bee is, I guess, alive, but I found it this female on balcony, so feels not very well. So try to show you the differences, features, peculiarities of honeybee, this one, and long-haired and hairy-footed bee Anthophora. So from the first glance, of course, it's visible the size, the shape and coloration is different. But I try to show you some features closely using the zoom and explaining what's going on, their behavior and features. And first of all, of course, honeybee, they are social bees and they're making colony, and solitary bees living one by one. Female makes her own nest and do not make a colony like honeybees. So because Anthophora is a solitary bee, so no hive, no swarm, no colony. But what's about features? Yes, they belong to the same order Hymenoptera. Hymenoptera, so they're quite similar in their shape and their structures, in their morphology. They have the same, both species, four wings, first fore wings and hind wings. They are just attached together, so used for the flight, and flight is important because these are pollinators of different flowers. They are important pollinators, both of them, of course. Honeybees is slightly domesticated, so they are used to collect honey in apiary by beekeepers. But solitary bees can be used as pollinators if you can make artificial nest for them. But what about their morphology? Oh, sorry, hairy-footed bees started to move a little bit around. You see, hairy-footed bee is also hairy, maybe a little bit less hairy than honeybee, but still hairy. And hair is important to collect pollen because both of these bees were collecting pollen for their progeny, because honeybee is feeding and growing larvae inside beehive, and solitary bee Anthophora is making her own nest somewhere in cavity. So this is a female. Female is searching for cavity and making inside different cells. Sometimes she can use the cells even inside empty shell of snail somewhere on the ground. Later, honeybee is collecting pollen. How honeybee collecting pollen? On hind legs. Hind legs enlarged and performing special scopula. Femur tibia. Tibia is very much enlarged. You see on the right side tibia and first tarsi. Very enlarged, and this making special attachment which is used to collect pollen, big pollen drop which is collected on flowers and collected by cleaning body with legs, and then female, actually worker like this bee, bringing the pollen inside beehive to feed larvae. And what's about this solitary bee? Solitary bee use also hind legs. You see hind legs somewhere, you can see on the right side. Also very hairy. And the name of this bee is a hairy-footed bee, especially for males, because this is female, so strong body, but middle legs pretty short, but males they have a very long tarsi of middle legs, which is used to attach to female during mating. But female has a normal size middle legs, but still you can recognize that hind legs on the right side of the picture very hairy and also used to bring pollen to the nest. Definitely the both species, hairy-footed bee and honeybee, has a special attachment, special structure as a proboscis and tongue, which is used to collect nectar from flowers. So here this is proboscis, and tongue is extended from the mouth parts of a honeybee. You can see two antennae, two complex eyes, small eyes on the occiput, and forward and to the left side you can see here tongue. And hairy-footed bee has also tongue, you see, turn under the body. Sorry, be careful. I want to show you proboscis and tongue. No, female made tongue. Here. You see, behind the head, you can see long straight stick, and this is also proboscis and tongue, which is used to collect nectar from flowers. The same as in a honeybee, long-footed bee, a hairy-footed bee has head with two antennae, two complex eyes, and head is very hairy and body is very hairy too. Hairy-footed bee is a univoltine species. It's named for species which is making very short life during her life stage. As adult is living very short time, just about few weeks or not more than 1 month in April, May or beginning of June. Female is collecting pollen on hind legs, as we described before. You see on the right side of picture, bringing to the nest, laying eggs on the pollen. Pollen should be collected and made in a kind of a bowl. Female lay eggs on a bowl, and larva is eating the pollen bowl and then developing into the maturated larva, then becoming pupa, and pupa is hibernating inside the cavity, inside the nest of solitary bee. And only on the next spring, next April, May, new adults will hatch from old nests of this Anthophora bee. I can try to show. You see here, this is proboscis, and two mandibles, and head also special structure which is named mandibles. They are used to cut the clay around and making cells inside the cavity, because cells are done with use of some ground, making cavity inside the ground. You see, this left side is a hairy hind legs with very hairy tibia and tarsi, and downside of the body is also very hairy, And here on the right side you can see proboscis. Here, this is head with tongue. Oh, sorry about that. Come on, come on, come on, come on. And even proboscis and very narrow tongue. Solitary bee is longer, usually much longer than for honeybee. So that's why pollination is much easier, and more species of plants can be pollinated by this hairy-footed bee, which is very active, not aggressive, very active and very careful, so you will not collect it easily because they fly very quickly. Just it came to our balcony just occasionally, just by case. That's why she died, because on the balcony was very hot temperature. Sorry about that. So that's why, and so now you can see this is in the central part. This is proboscis, which is used to collect nectar. Same here for honeybee. So these are features of a honeybee and solitary bees. So that they are not live, but I will show their features of biology and behavior in a separate video. So now this was only a video about morphological differences of honeybee and hairy-footed bee, Anthophora plumipes, Anthophora. So thank you for watching. Write your comments and ask your questions. And write, have you seen other differences between honeybee and hairy-footed bee? So they are really very different. Thanks for watching. Would like to see you soon on my channel. Subscribe, press like, write comments and visit Patreon page. Good luck!